is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you out with a video. Today we're going to talk about the what to expect for the Sacramento Kings. This is a team that's been rebuilding, trying to find their identity, trying to find somebody to build around a franchise player. They had the Demarcus Cousins. He obviously got traded, so now they're trying to find that DeMarcus Cousins all over again. He wasn't good enough to get them to the playoffs. He wasn't good enough to get them to even out of the first round. So he was a little disappointing for them. They had to move on from him and start back all the way over. They ended up getting some gems in the draft, players with a lot of potential. Obviously, you have the Buddy Hills who they traded for. Harry Giles looked pretty good in summer league. You obviously got De'Aaron Fox, a age 20 point guard with a lot of athleticism, a lot of fight, and a lot of hustle in him. He's a guy that wants to be a leader. He wants to be great. He wants to win. And that's a player that they need in this organization because everybody leaves, everybody complains and make fun of this organization. They need to have somebody that happy to be there, that wants to be there, and wants to change the culture. And I don't think that they had that guy in years, and they finally got that in Fox. Fox wants to bring him to the playoffs. He wants to be a great defender. He wants to go out there and compete against one of the best point guards in the league, especially because he's in the West. And he has it hard. He has it tough. And I felt like he went out there last year and played and gave it his all. He improved a lot to me. And going into year number 2, I want to see more improvements for Fox. It looks like he's going to be starting for majority of the season, bearing any injuries. And if that happens, his numbers should go all the way up because he's going to have more opportunities, better chemistry, and he already understands the game because he played one season under his belt, and that should make De'Aaron Fox a runner-up for most improved player, if not the most improved player, is the experience and the basketball knowledge that he gains being in the league for 1 year. Plus, he knows the traveling. He knows how to sleep. He knows these things because he learned them last year. So there's no excuse for De'Aaron Fox not to have a great year. If he can even give you 16 to 17 points a game, that'd be a huge improvement, and that'd be going in the right direction, especially because he's a top 5 pick, and he's a guy that a lot of people liked, and he might be their best player that has potential to be a franchise player on the roster currently. But if they do have the season that we all think they're going to have opportunity to add another great piece through the draft onto this team, and hopefully that can take them to the playoffs in the future. Willie Cauley-Stein is a good guy, very fast, very athletic, very mobile. A guy that doesn't need the ball because he can play on or off the ball. He gets a lot of offensive rebounds. He can always play in a pick and roll, get lobs and dunks. Obviously, he's not the rim protector that we thought he would be at this point, and he's not the offensive player that people thought he should be at this point. Nonetheless, he's not a disappointment. He is 25. He has gotten better over the last couple seasons, and if he can continue to grow, I don't see why we will criticize him, as he has put up numbers. He has increased his numbers every year, and this year he played 28 minutes instead of 18 and 21, and he was able to give you 12 points and 7 rebounds, 2.4 assists, and 1.1 steals a game. And that's a major improvement for what he did last year. He started taking more outside shots. That's why his field goal percentage is lower, because he's still developing his jumper. He's still developing his floaters. And he's a guy that's a project. When they drafted him, they knew that it was going to be a bigger picture. It's going to be a long-term process to get Willie Cauley-Stein to play at that elite level if he can ever hit that level. So that's what I'm saying. He has shown significant improvement, especially with more minutes, but he still has a long way to go to be a starting franchise center that can be on a playoff team. Is he a starting center? Somewhat, but he's not, a great center or a dominant center or even a great defensive center like a guy like Rudy Gobert is. But he is solid at best, and he has to continue to improve so that way, they can continue to utilize him. If not, they're gonna have to trade him. Bogan Bogdanovic is a good player. He got paid, which you got to give him credit for that. He was surprised the last couple years because nobody really didn't know what to expect from him, and he really helped them out so much with the floor space and being able to shoot 39% from three. He was able to gain a lot of minutes because of injuries and opportunities. He played 27 minutes last year, gave you 11.8 points, 3.3 assists, 2.9 rebounds a game, and also shot decent from the field at 44%. He's a guy that's going to come off the bench or start, don't matter, because he's going to have a solid impact. He's another guy that can play with or without the ball, and he can shoot that basketball, which they do need to give floor space for Willie Cauley-Stein and De'Aaron Fox. And he can play on or off the ball, so that gives them another dynamic with Fox on the court or with Fox off the court. And I like him right now. He's another guy with a lot of potential, but at the same time, he hasn't realized all his potential yet. He is 26, so he's getting to that closer to 30 than 20, obviously. But he's a good trade chip too, like Willie Cauley-Stein. If they have a chance to land a superstar that wants to go to Sacramento, or they need to clear cap space, Stein and Bogdan definitely have a chance to get them those players without having to give up Fox or Giles. Um, Marvin Bagley II is a rookie this year. Obviously, the number 2 overall pick, a guy that didn't really play that well in summer league. He looked slow. He looked outmatched. He didn't look dominant. He didn't look great. Everybody thought that Bagley was going to just come in and walk over the league, and he didn't really look that good in summer league. But I'm not going to just judge and base him off summer league. There's a lot of players that haven't looked good or great in summer league that still turned into Hall of Famers and superstars in the league. It's still a learning process. He hasn't played one game in the NBA. His body is just not there right now. His jump shooting isn't right there right now, so he's going to rely a lot on staying around that basket, getting layups and dunks and floaters or little push shots. Until he can expand his range, he's going to be a limited scorer, and it's going to hurt him in the NBA because players are going to give him space, players are going to force him to shoot, and players are going to allow him to shoot, and they're going to wall him off when he's going to the paint, making it tough and crowded inside the paint, which is fair. If we know you have a weakness, why not exploit it? And that's going to be the problem with Bagley. If he can't shoot, he's going to be very limited offensively, and that's going to be something he's going to have to work on right now to accelerate his process if he wants to have a dominant rookie year. If not, he's going to be a low 44, 43, 45% shooter as a big man in the paint because they're going to force him to take those type of shots, and that's going to hurt his field goal percentage if he can't knock down those open shots. And on top of that, he didn't really finish the ball that well. Even in summer league, that's going to be something he's going to have to master, finishing with both hands, going up strong, and using the backboard to his advantage. If he's not able to do that, he's going to be in for a long, rough, tough season because he's not there physically, he's not there mentally, and he doesn't have the experience yet. And that's all working against him than working in his favor. But Bagley, he was supposed to be one of the sure things. He was supposed to be one of the players that was going to have the best impact and the best chance of winning Rookie of the Year. I personally don't see it. I never was a fan of Bagley, but at the same time, he do have talent. I cannot deny that. But to me, he has a long way to go athletically, physically, and mentally before he can really make a mark on his team and get them back to where they want to go. I think he's up there with Willie Cauley-Stein. He's gonna have to develop a lot. Luckily, he is 19 years old, so he got a long time to go. Um, Even when it's time for him to get an extension, he'll still be so young that even if he's not worth the money at that time, they still have a big picture of him being a part of this franchise in the future. Justin Jackson still plays solid. Buddy Hield, 24 years old. This is a make or break season for him. He been inconsistent, not getting consistent minutes. His jump shot hasn't failed consistently. He has been relying a lot more on the jump shot. He, like I say, it's something that he improved on as Oklahoma was getting to the basket, finishing around the basket, and getting to the free throw line. He doesn't get to the free throw line enough. He doesn't look like a versatile scorer at this point, and he doesn't look like a guaranteed knockdown shooter either when he's playing off the ball. So Buddy Hield, he didn't transition as well as a lot of people thought. They thought that he was going to come in and be a great scorer not right away, kind of like Bagley. He had all the moves and he knew what he was doing in college. He just didn't dominate and destroy the lead as people thought. This was one of the leading scorers in college. This is one of the best scoring college players in the history of NCAA with 20 plus points a game. And then he comes into the league and he has a solid season the last 3 years basically. And he doesn't warrant max money. He doesn't look like a franchise cornerstone, and he doesn't look like a dominant player. He doesn't even look like he's going to be able to average 20 points. That's something that a lot of people thought that he'd come in right away and give you 15 to 16 points. He gave you close to that, but he doesn't play well enough defensively. He doesn't have enough offensive moves to basically keep the defense guessing and keep them on their heels. And he's not a great enough athlete and attacker to collapse the defense enough to be a great playmaker or make his teammates better. He doesn't really make his teammates better anyway. So Buddy Hield has been a disappointment, but he is 24 years old, so you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's still learning the game. He's still improving his body, and he's still, a student of the game. So he was able to get it going late in his college career. Maybe he can get it going as he hits almost the middle of his career in the NBA. If he's able to do that, then the Kings ain't going to complain. If he's not, they're going to trade him or let him walk or give him a lowball offer when it's time for his extension, which he lose in all three of those scenarios. So it's all about putting in that work, continue to grind, continue to improve, and getting better. And if he can continue to do that and study the game and make adjustments and changes, he probably still has a chance to be a 20-point scorer in this league. But like I said, having more moves in his repertoire, getting to the free throw line, and taking advantage of his open opportunities is the best thing he can do for himself if he really wants to stick in that starting lineup and get paid the most money and also be a big time contributor to a team that's still trying to rebuild and get to the playoffs. The Kings don't seem like they're in a rush to get rid of him. The Kings don't seem like they gave up on him, but at the same time, he hasn't played well enough to warrant a starting spot or even good enough salary to where it's gonna make him happy. So I can see him being a $7 to $10 million player, but we thought he'd be more than that at this point in the NBA, especially coming out of Oklahoma as a polished scorer. And none of that really transfers so far in the NBA. Sky Labissiere is 22. He's a young guy, versatile forward, can post up, can shoot the jumper, spot up three, spot up mid range. Basically, your modern day power forward and center. Handle the ball a little bit and do a lot of shooting. Only probably with him is that they have a lot of bigs like Stein and Harry Giles. Other than that, he's the most versatile out of all of them. Not as great as a defender as those players, but he is solid. He's getting better, and his body had to develop, and he had to catch up with the speed and the power of the game and the strength of the players in the game. And he's still not there yet, but like I say, he has the most upside out of all big men they have on his roster because of his length, size, and mobility, but also because his ability to post up, shoot the ball, shoot the three, and handle the ball decently enough. So when they picked him up, he was a steal, and he started showing that later these last couple years in summer league. But one thing I will say is he's 22, so he has more potential than a lot of other people out on his roster besides De'Aaron Fox, who has the most. And he was one of the top high school recruits before he went to college, and his value started going down because how he was used in college, and they end up getting a steal if he can develop to what we thought he would be coming out of high school, and he still got 2 to 3 to 4 years to prove and continue to improve as he stays on the Kings, hopefully, and he can still prove that he can be one of the better starting power forwards or centers in the league. Like I said, he is a typical modern day four, but he does need to polish up his handles, polish up his jump shot to be making more consistent. And if he can do all that, I don't see why he can't be a starting player in this league and potentially an all-star. Maybe not in the West, but we don't really know how this guy is going to develop. But it looks so good right now. and he has a bright future. So let me know what you guys think. I have the Sacramento Kings missing the playoffs. I see them winning 25 to 28 to 29 games. I don't see them winning that many games. They're in a tough Western Conference. They definitely don't have any go-to guys so far. They definitely don't have a dominant player. They don't have nobody that can run the offense through. They don't have any great defenders. On this roster either. So they're not going to be a great defensive team. They're not going to be a consistent offensive team because they don't have a guy to go to, a guy that can run the offense, a guy that can really take over games consistently to help push them to wins. I think that's going to hurt them the most, and I think that's going to be the main reason why they don't make it to the playoffs or even win 30 games. And on top of that, they're going to be back in the lottery with a chance to get a top 5 to number 1 pick, which should help their rebuild even faster. Plus, they got a lot of young prospects in Scal, in Giles, in Fox, in Stein that, worst case scenario, they can move up in the draft and get 2 of those players, or they can stay with their position and continue to build around the culture and the chemistry that they have right now and add another young prospect that can push their ceiling even higher. And once they get all on the same page, once they figure out who they want to keep, who they want to build around, and the players they need to accelerate this progress to make them back into the playoff contention, they're going to be a bad team. Other than that, this Sacramento team has a lot of young potential players, and this team has a high upside, and this team can catch you off guard because they do have enough talent to beat anybody. But can they win games? Can they close games? Can they stay in games and take the lead? Can they stay in games and change the course of the game? Those things they need veterans and great players to do, and they lack that right now. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think this team makes the playoffs? Do you think they don't? Do you think they win 15 games? Do you think they win 20 to 25? Or do you think that they might surprise people? Do you think that they're going to be the number 1 lottery team, like maybe Phoenix, maybe Brooklyn, maybe Atlanta? Do you think they're better than all those teams? Do you think they're worse? Or do you think that they should continue to develop their talent and add young pieces to from the draft to this roster and try to figure it out? Or do you think that they should try to package some of these young players to get that superstar guy and still get that top 5 pick and try to find an identity in somebody to build around with that pick or that trade? Let me know what you guys think. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, the comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. Thanks. Check out my spread shirt. You can find hoodies, t-shirts, sweaters, anything you want on my spread shirt. Purchase it to support the brand. Thanks for buying things. Thanks for liking the video. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for binge watching. And thanks for enjoying my videos. I enjoy making them, and you guys enjoy watching them. I look forward to do this. This is something that I love to do, and I'm glad you guys are supporting, watching, liking, and binge watching. That makes me continue to go, even when I don't want to. Thanks for the support. Like I said, like on Facebook to show support. Also, check out the spread shirt and check out the website, and let me know what you guys think about the Sacramento Kings in the comment section below.